the conference organizers, distinguished participants, Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. My name is Dr. Lawal Saleh, presenting a paper written by Dr. Haruna Yerima, of which I am the second author. The title of the paper is Legislative Oversight in Nigeria, Issues and Challenges. It is a global practice, particularly in countries practicing democracy, that all the policies, programs, and projects, as well as services being executed by governments are the ones approved or passed by the parliament or the legislature. Nigeria is one of the countries that operates democracy. Its democratic practice is tailored towards a federal arrangement with a presidential system of governance. By this arrangement, Nigeria operates. The powers are clearly separated among the three organs of government: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. The legislature is the parliament of the country, and it has a lot of powers. One of the key powers vested in the legislature is the issue of legislative oversight, and this function involves scrutiny or examining the activities of all government institutions, the ministries, departments, and agencies of government, to see that they are actually in line with the laid down rules and regulations as well as procedures. This particular function is backed up by the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, precisely Section 60 and Section 101 of the Constitution. In this paper, we try to look at the issues and challenges surrounding the practice of legislative oversight in Nigeria by looking at the various forms of the legislative oversight in the country, the powers of the legislature, as well as the challenges or barriers to effective conduct of oversight in the country. And we actually covered period between 1999 and 2019, which is the period of democracy, coinciding with 5 consecutive democratic period, 5 legislative assemblies in the country. We generated our data from secondary source, published documents, gazettes, articles, newspapers, and other published materials. As such, we made use of content analysis in the analysis of the data generated for the paper. After collection and analysis of the paper, we were able to establish 3 things. 1, the actual forms of the legislative oversight prevailing in the country. Second one, the powers vested in the legislature, particularly in relation to the oversight function in the country. And lastly, which is the third one, the obstacles that are hindering the practice of oversight in Nigeria. So basically, regarding the forms of legislative oversight in Nigeria, we have 2, the political oversight and the technical oversight. The political oversight has to be done particularly during questioning or when government actions, particularly the executive, are examined or scrutinized during public sittings. While the second one, which is technical oversight, is usually by committees to establish facts and evidence to guide informed legislative decisions. And this particular category has been divided into several oversight powers or functions. One of them is routine oversight function, which is usually carried out by committees within their jurisdiction, areas of jurisdiction, as provided in the standing orders. They include visit to MDS, screening and confirmation, etc. This is routine oversight function being carried out by the legislature in the country. We have the appropriation oversight, usually carried out to consider, scrutinize, and approve budgets of the country. We have the investigative oversight function being carried out, which include investigation into activities of government agencies. We also have public accounts committee oversight, conducted by the Public Accounts Committee to look into all public accounts in the country. So these are basically the forms of oversight functions under the technical one. Then regarding the powers of the legislator, legislative oversight powers in Nigeria, they are contained in our constitution, 1999 constitution as amended, and they are found in sections 88, 89, and other sections of the constitution. So we have evidential powers. This is just to procure all evidence, whether written, oral, or circumstantial, and examine all persons as witness on any matter. We have control of public funds as another legislative oversight power by the legislature. We have removal and confirmation of appointments as provided by Section 143 of the Constitution as amended. We have the audit queries, usually backed up by Section 85 of the Constitution as amended. Then regarding the challenges to legislative oversight in Nigeria, one is that we have lack of established democratic culture, particularly considering the nascent nature of our country's democracy. We have issue of corruption and nepotism. It has been clear that corruption prevails in Nigeria. A lot of statistics are there available showing the extent of corruption in the country. We also have personal interest and ambition of the legislature, which sometimes are in conflict with the general interest of the public. We also have the issue of docile citizenry. The members of public have the power to recall any legislative member that fails to perform his assigned function. But because of the nature of the citizen, this power is not being utilized by members of the public. We have another critical problem or challenge with the executive interference in the activities of the legislature. We also have issue of ethnic loyalty by some of the members of the legislature, and of course there is the problem of lack of solid legislative framework for oversight. These are some of the challenges to the conduct of legislative oversight in Nigeria. So we conclude that legislative function, if properly utilized, will facilitate effective and efficient management of public funds, prevent executive lawlessness, reduce corruption and nepotism, and of course improve sense of nationalism and patriotism in the polity, that is the Nigeria as a country. Therefore, consolidating and improving the country's democratic institution to be highly effective, efficient, and responsive in terms of service delivery require proper addressing of all those obstacles characterizing the practice of oversight function in the country. Thank you for listening.